should scare you all to death. There have been 110 complaints from U.S. military personnel that this weekend a military commander told officers that the Iran war was a part of God's plan and Donald Trump was anointed by Jesus. This is how you brainwash people into doing stupid things.
Some breaking news. Israel took a huge amount of damage last night by Iranian attacks, and Iran was using missiles that we didn't even know they had the capability of making. For context, the missiles Iran was using last night we had never seen before. These were missiles that broke up into 80 or so smaller missiles to evade Israeli air defense systems. Because of this, the Israeli Iron Dome air defenses got completely overwhelmed and stood no chance of intercepting the Iranian missiles, because there was so many of them. And so Iran carried out a massive attack on Israel all of last night, and possibly hundreds and hundreds of buildings in Israel and Tel Aviv have been completely leveled to the ground. Now, there's videos that have come out of these attacks last night, and it's safe to say this is something we've never seen before. Not even in the war in Ukraine have we seen attacks on this scale. The videos coming out of Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, etc. show hundreds and hundreds of missiles just falling into the ground in Israel, blowing everything to pieces. Now, this is absolutely crazy. This is technology we didn't know Iran had the capability of making. And because of this, a lot of people are asking questions of how did Iran get this technology? The scientists that could have done this were assassinated by the US and Israel months ago. Iran should not be able to make these missiles. And so there's a lot of people saying that maybe Russia and China have actually delivered the technology to Iran for Iran to use against Israel here. And if that's the case, and that proof comes out, it means that Russia and China are directly kind of involved in this war, and they've supplied these missiles that we've never seen used before to Iran for Iran to use against Israel.
This is just a quick update on the war and what's going on right now. There's an Iranian guy and an Iranian woman that's going to literally let us know exactly what is going on. I had to play the video like this because they're speaking in Iranian, and if I download it, it's going to go back to the original language. Meta has the ability to translate the language into English, so I'm going to do it like this, and he has like 6 different videos. I'm just going to play the videos and then we can get up out of here. And just so you know, I played the video on my laptop to make it bigger, but for whatever reason, when I played it on my laptop, it only played in the foreign language. So I tried.
U.S. forces and the state of Israel launched a joint military attack with targets in Iran in an operation which they called Operation Epic Fury and the Roar of the Lion. According to their leaders, the justification was to stop an alleged nuclear program and missile threats. But the reality is that it is an invasion against a sovereign state. And don't fall for it, because these attacks were not solely against military targets. A girls' primary school in Minab was hit by the attack. Civilians have been trapped under the rubble, and the number continues to rise with each report. This is neither security nor defense. They are human lives slaughtered by geopolitical interests. In this context, it is not surprising to see Iran respond after being attacked and seeing its people under bombs. The military forces launched ballistic missiles against military targets in Israel and also against American military bases in the Persian Gulf. And no, it is not gratuitous aggression, it is defense. This episode reveals several truths that the media choose to hide. That hegemonic powers do not need any type of justification to bomb, that it doesn't matter how many schools are blown up or how many civilians die, the official narrative will always be that it is for security, and that when a people decides to defend itself, they brand it an aggressor. The attack against Iran has already been denounced and condemned by several countries in the world and by international organizations which consider it a violation of international law, an act of aggression against a sovereign state. Iran today is defending its territory. Iran today says no, and behind this defense, there is a clear message for everyone. Sovereignty is not negotiated. It is defended. This conflict is a new stage of the struggle of the peoples against the abuse of power, a struggle that sooner or later reaches all corners of the world. And it is not resistance only from Iran. It is resistance from all the peoples who do not kneel.
This is no longer about Iran. They have just awakened the wrath of Iraq, Bahrain, Pakistan, Azerania, Saudi Arabia, even India and their communities that are spread across the entire world. We are talking about more than 300 million Muslims who are gnashing their teeth in one of the most important cases of religious martyrdom in the last 600 years. Even since their faith was founded, delusional are those who think this was a military victory. And no, they didn't commit an act of war. They created a religious martyr, the most important recruitment tool that exists. And this is just beginning. The price of a barrel of oil will rise from $8 to $30 at a minimum. And if this extends, it will rise more than cent. So even if you live far away, this is going to change your life, not to mention the European or Asian stock markets, which will inevitably fall. And now Iran is going to do nuclear development of the bad kind. It's just that they eliminated the leader of the second most important monotheistic religion in the world. But they say religion has nothing to do with it. Or does it?
Somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
This is no longer about Iran. They have just awakened the wrath of Iraq, Bahrain, Pakistan, Azerbaijan.
Devastating attacks by Iran on U.S. ships. This is Israel right now. Nuclear power plants destroyed. Despite the death of the Ayatollah, Iran already has a new leader and the offensive continues. Alireza Arafi is the new Ayatollah, and this is how Iran's cities are. On a war footing, they unfurled the red flag of revenge for the assassination of the Ayatollah of former President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, of the almost 100 children killed by Netanyahu. Iran's Revolutionary Guard announced that the most violent operation in its history will begin momentarily. Alone without allies, fighting a battle against the empire. Very few of us show you this. Very few of us also go all in. Neither C5N, nor the powerful media, nor political leaders said anything, because most answer to the same boss. There's no room for fence sitters here. This is Israel. They are leaving it as they left the Gaza Strip. The bombs they dropped finally came back. This is poetic justice. They killed the head of the Israeli Air Force and successfully bombed the headquarters of the US CIA in Dubai. The building completely collapsed. Meanwhile, Iran is preparing for the biggest attack in its history. Donald Trump says everything is fine, but in the meantime, 300 soldiers were killed at all the bases that were bombed. US soldiers cried not to go to war. Iran stated that the attacks were so forceful that Israel and the United States will end up begging for mercy. Dubai and all those luxurious American buildings were also bombed. The blow is not only military and political, it is also economic. In Iran, the people are in the streets with anti-missile shields, defying the enemy, shouting, "God is great." This is just beginning. This is Tel Aviv at this very moment, and Benjamin Netanyahu has just escaped to Germany like a rat, dodging missiles around the world. Furthermore, Iran has just sunk the aircraft carrier Abraham Lincoln, one of the most important for the United States and one of the largest in the world. 4 missile strikes left it absolutely unusable. That same vessel had previously been used to invade Iraq. This is how the Yankees announced that this vessel was going to enter Iran, but it ended up completely destroyed. Land and sea are becoming a graveyard for the Yankees. In the same way, another ship from England that had also gotten involved in the conflict ended up. But their lie is over. Their myth is over. They are neither untouchable, nor infallible, nor invincible, and even if they want to deny it, it is already public. Iran killed high-ranking U.S. military commanders in Gulf hotels, confirmed by the New York Times. In the last few hours, they bombed an Amazon headquarters in the United Arab Emirates and blew up the world's largest oil platform. Energy heart of Saudi Arabia, a huge economic blow for the United States, which primarily depends on that oil. Lebanon joined Iran's bloc, and the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, ordered the closure of the Yankee embassies in his country and declared the United States and Israel as terrorist countries. Pedro Sánchez also ordered the withdrawal of all U.S. military personnel from their military base. China also announced its support for the protection of Iran's sovereignty. Tel Aviv is being reduced to a city in ruins. Israel is running out of defenses, and at this point, hypersonic missiles are...
I want to say this. I've never covered content like this in my life, and I'm so glad that I've woken up and gotten out of the relationship space and started learning more about world news. I'm actually happy that Iran is doing this. I'm an American, and I'm happy that another country, a foreign country, is winning a war. And the reason why I'm happy about this is because America are controlled by, you already know, IHOP, the country that if we talk about, our channels would get deleted. But why would my channel get deleted if I talk about this country? That's an example of how we are controlled by that country. And we're not just controlled by them, we're possessed by them. Like an evil entity has possessed the United States.
Jesus Christ! It is he who commands you! He who flung you from the heights of heaven to the depths of hell!
And the best and only way to change this is for an outside entity to do something about it. Because usually during an exorcism, the person that is being possessed has no control. And it takes an outside entity to come to the person's home and fight the demon for the person that is possessed. So to a certain degree, we can't do anything. We need Iran, Korea, probably China to do something about, because I got to watch my words, the demon that has possessed the United States. So the reason why I'm happy Iran is winning is because, in my opinion, this is literally an exorcism. So if this thing goes the way I hope it goes, the demon will be found and dealt with, because the head demon, and we all know who that is, decided to flee their own country. But if they do a good enough job, this demon, these demons will then no longer possess the United States. And I just want y'all to understand, this is not about Trump. I don't care about Trump. So whether it was George Bush, Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, if Kamala Harris would have won, Joe Biden, or Barack Obama, all of them were doing the bidding of the demon. So this is not about the right or the left. This is about getting rid of the demon. The demon is the problem. I'm just going to be honest with you. I have no idea what America looks like before the demon took possession of us, because I was too young. So just like Trump says, America can actually be great again, not because of Trump, but because of Iran. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. And before you go, make sure to watch this video right here, because Erica Kirk just did something else.